In the world of public musicology, I have carved out an extremely niche corner of the internet. I'm the Dies Irae guy, and my notoriety stems from an appearance in a YouTube explainer video that in the past year has earned close to 4 million views. This appearance was the result of a pitch that I sent to the website Vox based on my work collecting and studying tropes in film music. In this talk, I will discuss how I got involved in making videos like this, what kind of pedagogy inspired the process, and why you might want to do the same. For 3 years now, I have been collecting a list of film scores that quote the Dies Irae. The list now includes more than 100 examples, including Home Alone, Jurassic Park, and Star Wars. And those are just of some of John Williams' cues. The inspiration for this list came from a conversation with a student during our class on Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique, which uses the Dies Irae to great effect in the fifth movement. My students recognized the melody and quickly rattled off other suggestions from film and television. After that, I showed the list to my students, encouraging them to keep their ears open. Finding a new, to me, quotation would earn them extra credit. As my list grew, I wondered if there was a better way to illustrate it. Inspired by the old adage, show, don't tell, and the pedagogy of the flipped classroom, I decided to compile these clips into a video so that my students could watch it outside of the classroom. I thought about how to frame my video and eventually settled on a genre called the supercut. A supercut video is a montage focusing on a single element, often a word or an object, or in my case, a musical cliché. It's easier to identify repeated patterns of use when you remove the chosen element from its original context. For example, take the ubiquitous stock sound effect known as the Wilhelm scream. Or, in my case, musical quotations in a film score of the Dies Irae. You might have recognized it, but hearing it repeated multiple times over a 10-minute supercut does more to illustrate its proliferation than a single list on a slideshow ever could. In the summer of 2019, I began collecting and sorting the films on my list. Some discs I owned, and others I borrowed from a library. At that point, I used a DVD burner to convert the films into a digital copy and rip them down to the specific timings of the quotations. I soon realized that the Dies Irae statements came in 3 different varieties, which I began calling types. The first type features statements of the first full phrase. We can hear it here in the iconic opening to The Shining, scored by Wendy Carlos. The second type is a stinger, using just the first 4 notes. We hear it here in Home Alone, scored by John Williams, when Kevin McAllister crosses paths with Old Man Marley.
Yeah! Look out!
The third type is the most nebulous. It features the Type 2 stinger, but now it's unfolding in the background. Think of Dr. Sattler arriving at the T-Rex paddock in another score by John Williams, this time Jurassic Park.
Where's the other car? Where's the other car? Alan!
Dr. Grant!
Alan!
Grant!
With these types in mind, I began organizing my clips. At first, I tried grouping them by composer or release date, but I eventually settled on a more creative method. I knew that my first video would not be comprehensive, that this project wouldn't ever truly be finished, so I decided to order the clips artistically. For example, the clips from Iron Man 3 and The Omen make a really nice rhythmic and musical match.
Sorry.
whereas the clips for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and Close Encounters of the Third Kind both feature a car sequence.
Get us out of here. Now! What are we doing?
Look, the only way we're gonna get back in there is to go across country.
No.
We gotta break through the fence.
Let's go.
All right, hold on.
I still don't have a set system for ordering the clips in these supercuts. It's mostly just an opportunity for me to express a little creativity. The next decision I faced was what kind of extra content to provide and how to provide it. Since the onset of COVID, I've grown more comfortable with AV technology, as I imagine all of us have. But in the summer of 2019, I wasn't quite there yet, and I was hesitant to upload a video with my face and my voice. Although most of the explainer videos on YouTube feature a talking head, or at least a talking voice, I did not want to do so. Instead, I designed my video to highlight the music itself by providing a few sentences of context, which I overlaid at the beginning of the video. To make my supercut, I used iMovie, a free video editing piece of software available on all Mac computers. It's a versatile tool for creating the types of videos that I make. I not only stitched together the various clips, but also overlaid text boxes onto them. This is especially important because I wanted to tag each clip with its name, composer, and timestamp to help viewers track it down if they wanted to. After exporting the file, it was easy to upload it to YouTube. While I hoped that this particular video would find an audience, I knew that its impact would likely be narrow. But I also felt that given proper production values and a bigger internet platform, the content could make a fascinating explainer video too. I just didn't have the wherewithal to do that myself, so I pitched a version of it to the website Vox. They have a robust cultural section devoted to television, film, and music, and their YouTube channel features tons of explainer videos, ranging from the rhythm of rap to Bach's G major cello suite. My pitch focused on the material covered in my supercut video and emphasized the upcoming holiday of Halloween, a natural companion to much of the content in my video. My email was quickly returned, and then I spoke on the phone to flesh out my pitch with the producer. She was intrigued and began working on the script. We spoke once more the following week and then set up a time to Skype for the final interview. A few weeks later, the producer let me know that the video was finished and about to be uploaded, and it premiered at the end of September, just in time for October's spooky season. Whereas my initial supercut video is just film clips stitched together with some text overlaid on the screen, the Vox Explainer video is much more intricate. It includes graphics and a voiceover provided by the producer that I spoke with on the phone. It also has an efficient historical overview of the Dies Irae and its evolution from sacred plain chant into a secular trope for film music. Here's a little clip from it.
What you're hearing in those movies is called the Dies Irae, a Gregorian chant created by Catholic monks around the 13th century.
The specific examples, both musical and historical, were all drawn from our conversations on the phone, and nearly all of the musical clips that she featured were the ones that I initially surfaced in my supercut video. My experience in this realm has shown that internet outlets are always looking for so-called experts, and I use that term loosely here. If you can reach out and sell yourself, especially if you can tie your pitch to a specific date, anniversary, or holiday, you can find success. Days after the release of the Vox Explainer video, websites built on aggregating content like cocky.org and Open Culture both reposted it. Since then, I've been approached by various media outlets to talk about the Dies Irae, whether it's an interview on an award-winning podcast or a story on NPR, I'm happy to spread the word about the Dies Irae in film music. It's hard to quantify the amount of viewers and listeners that have heard me talk about the Dies Irae in the past year, but it is certainly higher than the combination of students in my classes and readers of my scholarship on Haydn and sonata form. I like engaging with my audience. At my website, listeners can see my current list of films and the Dies Irae quotations that they're from. And I try to include a call to action with each media appearance, encouraging my listeners to nominate new additions to my list. YouTube's massive platform offers many benefits to the music scholar working in the public sphere. Engaging in such work is made easier by YouTube's robust algorithm, which can tap into a thriving world of educational videos in order to feed your scholarship to a wider audience. Scholars that can create engaging content fusing together sound and image, especially film music scholars, can thrive in an environment such as this. Thank you.